Nightly reporters took a trip to northwest Oklahoma following wildfire impacts. What locals had to say. President Trump records the longest State of the Union speech ever. See the response from Oklahoma officials. Plus, the Norman mayor speaks on the arrest of the university liquor store owner. This is OU Nightly. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Michael Thompson.
And I'm Abby Hollinsworth. Wildfires have ravaged parts of Oklahoma for over a week now.
We had reporters on the ground in northwest Oklahoma following the damage.
OU Nightly's Bryn Mead spoke to locals about their next steps. Bryn?
Abby, wildfires took western Oklahoma by storm, burning 21,500 acres an hour. For a smaller take, that's 6 acres per second. A miracle that everyone survived is a statement we received from multiple ranchers. But we took a closer look at the rebuilding process from this tragedy. A significant amount of loss for ranchers across western Oklahoma. And rancher Vic Little says there's no end in sight for the aftershock of these wildfires.
Yeah, it'll be around for a long time.
And the fire may be extinguished, but the effects keep burning for sometimes months afterwards. The chief of Englewood Fire Department has faced his own losses.
You know, we lost my mom's house just right down here.
You can see behind me the devastation that these wildfires have brought these communities. But it's people like these right behind me that don't even know each other, just met today, that are coming together to help. And for a rancher from 300 miles away,
you know, it's the least I could do.
The Oklahoma Standard. And this is what it means.
Our ranch was hit hard here, and so was our entire area. But the ag community is coming together, and they're going to keep us above water.
Donating 18 bales of hay and more coming tomorrow. And to Randy the rancher,
just a helping hand goes a long ways.
Strangers, rebuilding what was destroyed, truck after truck. And what keeps the western Oklahomans from giving up?
It's the people, it's the thank yous, it's the loads of hope.
Reporting from Laverne, Oklahoma, Bryn Mead, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Bryn. And those people ended up being a feature of our coverage. OU Nightly's Andrew Paredes joins us with the reason. Andrew?
Now, at the end of Bryn's story, you saw the Panhandle community coming together for one another. But what you might be wondering is, how did we end up amidst that community almost 5 hours away from Norman? Here's the story. When OU Nightly packed up and hit the road for Woodward yesterday, we first met Melva Little, the head of HR at the High Plains Technology Center. Melva lost land in the fire, but knew others who were hit harder. One of them was Levi Smith, a local rancher and fire chief who we spoke with on the phone.
We are not out of the woods yet till it starts raining.
So when Melva offered to show us his land, and when he said yes,
hey, thank you, Levi. Bye-bye.
We headed back out, this time to Laverne, a small town in the Panhandle where the devastation was as far as the eye could see. After an hour of driving, we met up with Vic Little, Melva's husband. There, we hopped in Vic's truck and we made our way north to Englewood. So the Littles brought us here to a staging ground for farmers filled with hay and feed, two things they are desperately hurting for. It was here we met local ranchers like Randy Knepp, who drove to Englewood from Afton, Oklahoma, over 5 hours away.
People to help us out when we'd have a disaster in our area, and this is something I'm just wanting to do because I know they could use some help out here.
And we were reunited with Levi Smith after he had finished loading up hay bales.
This fire here moved 45 miles in 1 hour.
The Littles took us to the heart of the damage, where the fire was so hot it burnt through fence posts.
And most people build a fence, you put a wood post and you put 3 or 4 steel posts and another wood post.
We made some four-legged friends along the way, some less friendly than others. But through it all, the Oklahoma Standard shining bright. And as we headed home and said goodbye, that's the story of Vic and Melva Little in western Oklahoma starting over strong. In Laverne for OU Nightly, I'm Andrew Paredes.
Thank you, Andrew. Well, we've obviously been seeing a lot of that severe fire weather across the state these past couple of weeks.
Yes, we have, but it seems like that might finally be coming to an end. OU Nightly meteorologist McKinley Potter joins us with more.
Yeah, Michael, Abby, we are gratefully not seeing those fire risks for today, and we can see that with our humidity levels coming down and our winds have coming down, so it's a great day. The one thing that has stuck around are these warmer temps. We could see 73 in Norman, 73 in Oklahoma City, even out in the Panhandle. They're close to 80 degrees, so it's definitely a warm day. Coming up in your full forecast, we'll talk more about a fire threat we are tracking, the rest of the warm week ahead, and the possibility for some rain chances towards the end of next week. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, McKinley. President Donald Trump spoke to the nation last night in his State of the Union address, with many reacting to it. Madison Dealey has that and the rest of today's national and international headlines from the News Center.
Yeah, Abby, last night marked the longest State of the Union address in the U.S. history by President Donald Trump. In a 1 hour and 47-minute long address, the president stated due to his efforts, Americans are living in the most affordable era, also known as the Golden Age. President Trump also stated how Democrats are to blame for the country's economy.
They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie. Their policies created the high prices. We are doing really well.
Speech continues to be rebutted throughout the country. Oklahoma lawmakers are responding to President Trump's State of the Union address. Governor Kevin Stitt said on X, "Thank you at POTUS for putting accountability front and center." Senator Mark Wayne Mullen also said on X, "President Trump is an American-first fighter and a fearless patriot. Proud to call him a friend." Representative Josh Brecken said in a statement, "While there's still lots of work to be done, I'm encouraged by the direction our nation is headed and look forward to the year ahead." Iran will be hit with new sanctions from the Trump administration. On Wednesday, the administration imposed more sanctions on people and companies accused of encouraging Iran's ballistic missile program, drone production, and illicit oil sales. The sanctions against 30 people, companies, and ships come after President Donald Trump threatened to use military action. Officials are working hard to restore power after a historic cyclone blizzard plowed many in the Northeast this week. 1 to 3 feet of snow buried communities stretching from the mid-Atlantic to New England. Majority of these outages in Massachusetts leave those without power for days to come, says utility company officials. A dog adored in Kentucky will now be a Hollywood movie star. Ethan the dog will now star in his own movie, highlighting his journey through his life despite his troubled past.
Thank you, Madison. Speaking of animals, the very lovable Punch the Viral Monkey has been stealing hearts all across the internet. We have OU student reactions to Punch coming up next.
And the owner of a popular liquor store near campus pleads guilty to criminal charges. How he was caught by the FBI after the break.
You need some help?
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
No, no, no. Turn it down. Turn it off. Get a hand. Lose the bells and whistles. Drive without distractions.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Back to OU Nightly. The owner of University Liquor, Kayvon Rasulkhani, pled guilty to possession of child pornography. The store on Lindsay Street closed abruptly last October. The U.S. Department of Justice says Rasulkhani was caught messaging an undercover FBI agent trying to set up a meeting to perform explicit acts with children. The FBI says they searched Rasulkhani and his belongings and found videos and images of child pornography. Norman Mayor Stephen Tyler Holman says hopefully this serves as a strong message to anyone engaging in this kind of activity in Norman. You will be found and you will face similar consequences. No comment tonight from the FBI or U.S. Attorney's Office.
The countdown to the Norman Music Festival is on. OU Nightly's Gracie Steinbrink has that and more in today's entertainment report.
Michael, you may have seen videos of a certain monkey who was abandoned by his mother and seeks comfort in a stuffed orangutan. Punch the Monkey is finding his way in the Ichikawa Zoo, and he's winning over the internet and the hearts of students on our campus.
I'm devastated to see that, honestly. That just makes me really sad. Why? Why are they bullying him?
I felt really sad. Like I love animals a lot.
It made me feel bad for the poor little guy, honestly. I mean, they just grabbed him and slung him around like he was nothing, pretty much.
Punch fights back against the bigger monkeys and takes them down.
The zoo has said on their social medias that the zookeepers are closely watching Punch to make sure he's safe. And Norman Music Fest announced this year's headliners, including bands Mama, Husbands, and Cure for Paranoia. Along with live music, the festival will also have rides, food, and carnival games. The 3-day show will take place Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, April 23rd through the 25th. Michael, Abby.
Thank you, Gracie. Owen Heineke spoke to the media for the first time since his appeal for an extra year of eligibility was denied.
OU Nightly's Cam Williams will have an update on the linebacker's thoughts about the denial coming up later in sports.
And we're also tracking warmer temperatures heading into this week. We're also tracking the possibility of some rain chances. I'll have the details in your full forecast.
Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here is a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, turn off the water while you brush your teeth. You'll save about 4 gallons per minute. That comes out to about 200 gallons a week for a family of 4. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman. Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here is a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, if your shower can fill a 1-gallon bucket in less than 20 seconds, replace the shower head with a water-efficient one. They are cheap, easy to install, and can save you up to 750 gallons a month. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman.
Well, welcome back to OU Nightly and happy Wednesday to all of those that celebrate. It is a beautiful Wednesday indeed. We're taking a look at our campus cam. We can see that sun shining looking on Highway 9 in Jenkins. It has been really warm outside, which is something that is Excuse me, I'm going to try that again. As we head into spring, we are looking at those warmer temperatures. 73 right now in Norman, feels like 77. We're almost feeling like 80 degrees. So definitely feeling like summer and spring. Now, unfortunately, with those warmer temperatures and with how dry we have been, we are tracking some allergies. We can see those tree levels are very high. And I'm actually going to hand it over to OU Nightly meteorologist Carly Beach, who is live on campus. Carly, do we know what's contributing to those allergies?
McKinley, I'm here on campus right across from Dale Hall, and it's these trees behind me. Those cedar and elm trees are the biggest contributor to those allergies you may be experiencing. Now, these trees are filled with pollen, and with those high winds are just blowing that pollen through the air, making symptoms like congestion, sneezing, and itchy eyes even worse for today. So if you plan on heading out for today, be prepared for elevated allergy levels. I'm student meteorologist Carly Beach. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Carly. So yeah, definitely keep those allergy meds on hand, maybe some box of tissue. I know I've been sniffling for the past couple of days and specifically today. Now, something we are tracking is our fire risk. I know it seems like we've been talking about fire for quite some time. This is Friday. We can see Norman is kind of on that line for that elevated risk. This risk is low compared to what we've been seeing, but definitely something to monitor. So stay tuned to OU Nightly for all of those details. For tonight, we are going to be partly cloudy, winds coming from the south in those lower 50s. So definitely maybe bring a light jacket if you are planning on heading out this evening. Now, for the next couple days, we are going to be looking at above average temperatures. We can see much of the central plains are going to be in that warmer levels for the next 6 to 10 days. This is from the Climate Prediction Center. So definitely heading like spring. I know we were super cold at the beginning of this week, so this is definitely a great change. For your Thursday, we are going to be looking at around 6 p.m. at 70 degrees at 6 p.m. and we're going to slowly go down into those lower 40s for your Thursday. Now, highs for Friday, we're going to be in those 70s yet again. Beautiful sunshine, maybe a couple clouds, but it's going to be a really nice time. Now, I know we've been talking about these dry temperatures, but rain is on the way. Yippee! So we are tracking some rain chances into this weekend. They are low right now, but we're going to be definitely tracking for some heading into next week. Now, looking at this on a national scale, I know this looks kind of confusing right now, but for Thursday, we are looking at some systems. We see that cold front push through, but this cold front right here is going to contribute to us potentially seeing some rain this weekend. We can see that kind of in Norman. And then as we progress into the next couple days, we're tracking another big low that could potentially give us our first severe weather threat for the season. So again, stay tuned to OU Nightly. For your precip, we are tracking above average, which will help with our drought. We have been in an extreme drought, and with all the fire weather we've been seeing, this will definitely be some good news. Now, for your next 7 days, we are tracking with some warmer temperatures, and we could potentially see up to 80 degrees on Saturdays. And then we'll definitely see those rain chances increase heading into next week.
I'm definitely excited to see those 80s on the forecast for sure. But what is the rain going to mean? How's it going to benefit us here in Norman?
So because we have been so warm and so dry, the drought has been really taking an impact. And with that fire weather that we've been seeing, it's just dry. So that rain is definitely going to put a damper on that drought. It won't completely get rid of it, but it's definitely a good thing that's coming, especially as we head into March.
What does the rain mean for the allergies as well?
Hopefully with the rain coming, those allergies will wash away. I know I've been struggling as well with those allergies. My allergy meds have a special place on my nightstand every single morning.
I can't wait for that to be gone.
Yeah. Well, thank you, McKinley. And at least one person is in custody and 3 are in the hospital after a shooting in Norman overnight. Norman police say a gun was pulled out when a group of people were outside of a home. The shooting happened near 48th Avenue and Main Street in a neighborhood around 2 a.m. Police also say the injuries were non-fatal.
OU men's basketball took on Auburn last night with a chance to gain some positive momentum late in the season.
And a former Sooner spoke on his appeal process, trying to gain another year of eligibility after a long battle with the NCAA.
Yeah, guys, and OU baseball is looking for revenge right now, and Patty Gasso is comparing a certain Sooner to some OU legends. Find out who next in sports.
Winter is upon us, and every Oklahoman knows that that means unpredictable freezing temperatures. One of the main concerns with freezing temperatures is the damage they can cause to your home or business should they cause your water pipes to freeze over. Older homes, especially those without proper insulation or that have basements or crawl spaces with exposed pipes, are particularly susceptible to this. Here is Rachel Croft, City of Norman Water Treatment Plant Manager, to show you the proper steps you can take to prevent your pipes from freezing.
The good news is you don't need to run a whole lot of water in order to combat freezing from your pipes. Here's how you do it. Another thing that you can do to help is to open your cabinet drawers to make sure that warm air throughout your home is getting to your faucet pipes. But you want to make sure to remove any harmful chemicals that any small children or pets could have the ability to reach.
Following these steps can help save money on your water bill and help to conserve Norman's water supply.
You need some help?
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hello, I'm Cam Williams, and it's time for sports. OU basketball entered last night with a 3-game losing streak on the horizon, and a win would give themselves a chance to finish the year off strong. One of 2 home games left for the Sooners, and they shot 68% from the three-point line in this one, but it was the inside presence of Mo Wagee that gave the Sooners a spark as he posted 18 points, 9 rebounds, a career-high 4 blocks, and 4 steals as they beat Auburn at home 91-79, and head coach Porter Moser knew getting Wagee involved was the key.
Pick and roll, and obviously the obvious is when Mo's playing like that and how aware and in tune he is, it just changes us. And we got a lot of contributions from a lot of guys. I just think, Nigel, X, thought Darian was solid, thought Dayton and Jadon came and gave us a lift. So we got a lot of contributions, but the underlying thing is we played the right way.
And the defending champs aren't strangers to playing back-to-backs as they made the trip to Canada last night, taking care of the East fifth-seeded Raptors 116-107. Cason Wallace with a near triple-double in the win, posting 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. And tonight, the Thunder head to Motown to face MVP candidate Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons at 6:30. Patty Gasso's girls have been on a tear recently, winning 12 out of the last 13, but freshman Kendall Wells has been the story of the success. Wells was named D1 Softball National Player of the Week and Softball America Freshman of the Week for her 6 home run performance this weekend, and head coach Patty Gasso had some high praise for her first-year catcher.
Offensively, I've seen Jocelyn Alla, I've seen Lauren Chamberlain. This is something new. This is different. It is some of the most elite power I've ever seen from a young player. And she came in like that. It's not like we had to build her into that.
Now, it wasn't a pretty performance on the diamond yesterday for Skip Johnson Sooners as they dropped their first game of the season, and they got demolished by Arizona State 15-3 at home, highlighted by an 8-run second inning that gave ASU a cushion for the rest of the contest. They'll have a chance to redeem themselves as they're currently in a battle with the Sun Devils, and they're currently winning. The score is 3-1 in the bottom of the third. And former Sooner Owen Heineke took part in today's NFL Draft Combine media availability, where he spoke on his process of appealing the NCAA for another year of eligibility. Quote, "Just tried to keep all of my options open, really leaned on family and the Lord for which direction was right for me, and it got denied, so I'm excited for the next steps." Abby, Michael?
Thank you, Cam. Abby, do you ever feel like just taking a nap right where you are?
Yeah, sometimes I definitely do. You just have to stop what you're doing and get some sleep.
Well, one animal took that thought and made it a reality. See what animal caused a traffic jam with his sleeping spot. Coming up after the break.
Did you know that items like paint, cleaning solutions, pesticides, solvents, and other chemicals are considered household hazardous waste? These chemicals are dangerous to our environment and water quality when they are dumped in our storm drains or gutters. Fortunately, the City of Norman has a dedicated household hazardous waste facility where you can properly dispose of these items. Call 405-366-5463 to make an appointment. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater. Did you know that trash, like plastic bottles and fast food wrappers, can carry germs and bacteria? When these items are tossed in the street, they eventually find their way to a river or lake and have a negative impact on aquatic life. Keep our waters clean by putting your trash in the bin. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater. Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here is a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, turn off the water while you brush your teeth. You'll save about 4 gallons per minute. That comes out to about 200 gallons a week for a family of 4. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman. Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here are some water conservation tips you can try. In the kitchen, collect the excess water you use to rinse produce and use it to water houseplants. Also, soak your pots and pans instead of letting the water run while you scrape them. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman.
I'm Sky Clausen at the OU Nightly Update Desk. The Cleveland County Sheriff's Office confirmed missing person Gabriel Butler has been found dead. A spokesperson for the Sheriff's Office says Butler's body was found in the 1600 block of Banner Road. The Sheriff's Office added that his body was found near an illegal marijuana grow operation just discovered days ago. Detectives are working to determine if the two incidents are connected. Cleveland County detectives are working with the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, and the case is being investigated as a homicide. Abby, Michael, back to you.
Thank you, Sky. We know you keep us updated on that. McKinley, rain is coming. It is upon us. Tell us more about what we can expect.
Yes, so rain, we are tracking some chances for rain heading into next week. We're also tracking the potential for some warmer temps as you head into this weekend. But we can see on our 7-day, we're going to dip off in those lower temperatures. Those are going to kind of aid in that storm development. Now, as we head into spring, severe weather season is upon us. So this is definitely a great introduction to spring. So definitely keep an eye out for those weather temperatures. OU Nightly is going to keep you updated with those details, so stay tuned.
Thank you, McKinley. Some days you are just tired and you have to take a nap, and today a seal decided that the middle of the road was the perfect spot to sleep.
The Marine Mammal Stranding Center posted pictures and videos of a seal that stopped traffic while taking a nap. After helping the seal off the road and into safety, the center said the seal was not harmed and is getting sleep in a safer place.
Hey, well, I'm glad that it's all good. I don't know why animals choose the middle of the road, but I'm glad they were able to help him get off the road and be safe. I love seals. They're so interesting, right?
I know. I wonder how a seal got in the middle of the road.
Hey,
like
it looked
a seal.
comfortable to me.
Oh.
Like, the seal looked very comfortable.
Well, it's got to be confusing with the snow. They're like, you know what? This is kind of my habitat. Maybe they got confused for some other spot than just the middle of the street. I don't know.
I might be joining him after this newscast. I might be taking a little siesta myself.
Hey, sleep in the cold is always nice. I like it as cold as possible, so I'm sure that the seal is very comfortable. Thank you so much for watching OU Nightly. I'm Michael Thompson.
And I'm Abby Hollinsworth. Be sure to watch OU Nightly live weekdays at 4:30. Have a good night.